Assalamualaikum guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Bilal, Agriculture Wala. Thank you for joining me. Today I am reflecting conversation with AI about how less can lead to more. Is in today fast world we often believe then that that more is always better. More work, more money, and more thing, more pressure. But many times having too much uh, creative stress, confidence, and burnout instead of happiness. Living with less does not mean losing. It means choosing what truly matter. When we focus on fewer goals and fewer distraction and fewer unnecessary thing, we often gain more peace, clarity, and success. In this conversation, I will ask AI the question to understand how less can actually bring more value into our life. Uh, let's start with the ChatGPT. So, guys, Assalamu alaikum. Today, our topic is how less can lead to more. So, let's start. My first question: what does less can lead to more mean in simple words?
Wa alaikum assalam. Absolutely. That's a great topic. In simple words, less can lead to more basically means that by reducing unnecessary things or simplifying our lives, we can actually gain more value, more focus, and more meaningful experiences.
Um, why do people believe that more is always better?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. Often people believe that more is better because of society. And also because of the idea that having more options, more resources, or more possessions can lead to greater success or happiness. It's also tied to a culture of constant growth and accumulation where more is often equated with progress.
How can having favored task improve focus?
Having fewer tasks or focusing on the ones that truly matter helps reduce mental clutter and distractions. This way, you can direct your energy and attention more effectively, which leads to better performance and deeper concentration. Essentially, less can actually mean more focus and productivity.
Why do simplifying life reduce stress?
Simplifying life helps reduce stress because it minimizes overwhelm and decision fatigue. When we cut out the unnecessary, we create more mental space and clarity, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. This leads to a calmer mind, less anxiety, and a greater sense of control and peace.
How can doing less work lead to better results?
Well, when we do less work, we often focus on the most important tasks, which means we can put in higher quality effort and be more efficient. This can lead to better outcomes because we're not spreading ourselves too thin. It also helps maintain our energy and creativity, leading to more meaningful and impactful results.
Why is focus more important than being busy?
That's a great point. Focus is more important because it leads to meaningful progress and higher quality work, whereas being busy often just means juggling a lot of tasks without necessarily achieving significant results. When we focus, we direct our energy and attention to what truly matters, which ultimately brings better outcomes and less burnout.
How does reducing distraction improve mental health?
Reducing distractions helps improve mental health by allowing us to stay present and engaged in the moment, which reduces feelings of overwhelm and anxiety. When we eliminate constant interruptions, we can think more clearly, make better decisions, and experience a sense of calm and control. All of these contributes to better emotional well-being and reduce stress.
Why does silence and simplicity help the mind?
Silence and simplicity give the mind a break from constant stimulation, which helps reduce mental fatigue and promotes relaxation. When there's less noise and fewer distractions, the brain can rest and recharge, leading to improved focus, clarity, and overall mental well being. It's like giving your mind the space it needs to refresh and function at its best.
How does clarity increase success?
Clarity helps increase success because it allows us to set clear goals, make informed decisions, and prioritize our efforts effectively. When we know exactly what we want and how to get there, we can avoid wasting time and resources on unnecessary tasks. This focused approach leads to more efficient progress, better problem solving, and ultimately greater achievements.
How can owning favor the things bring more freedom?
When we own fewer things, we often spend less time maintaining, organizing, and worrying about them, which frees us up for more meaningful experiences and opportunities. This simplicity can lead to greater flexibility, less stress, and more freedom to focus on what truly brings us joy and fulfillment. In essence, less really does mean more freedom.
Why do material things not always bring happiness?
Yeah, absolutely. Material things can provide temporary pleasure, but true happiness usually comes from experiences, relationships, and a sense of purpose. Material possessions can sometimes lead to a cycle of wanting more, which can create stress and dissatisfaction. In contrast, focusing on meaningful connections and personal growth often brings deeper, more lasting fulfillment.
Why is deep connection better than many shallow ones?
Deep connections tend to provide more emotional support, trust, and understanding, which can lead to greater happiness and well being. In contrast, shallow relationships often lack that meaningful bond and can feel more superficial. Deep relationships offer a sense of belonging, empathy, and resilience during tough times, making them far more fulfilling and rewarding in the long run.
Um, okay. How does having fewer choices reduce stress?
When we have fewer choices, it reduces decision fatigue, which means we don't get overwhelmed by too many options. This allows us to make quicker, more confident decisions and focus our energy on what truly matters. Ultimately, having fewer choices can lead to less stress, better productivity, and a more meaningful and intentional life, ultimately reducing stress rather than increasing it.
Um, okay.
If you have any more questions,
Yeah, yeah. How can someone remove unnecessary habits?
that's a great question. To remove unnecessary habits, it helps to first identify what triggers them and then replace them with healthier alternatives. Setting small, achievable goals and tracking your progress can help as well. Also, having accountability, whether through a friend or a journal, can keep you motivated and consistent. Over time, these steps can help you gradually let go of those unnecessary habits.
How can people balance simplicity with ambitious?
Balancing simplicity with ambition involves focusing on what truly matters and setting clear, meaningful goals while removing distractions. It's about being intentional with your time and resources so you can pursue your
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for the time. Inshallah, we will back with the new topic. Allah Hafiz. Thank you. This conversation remind us that more is not always the answer. By choosing less noise, less pressure, and less discussion, we create space for growth, happiness, and purpose. Simplicity allow us to uh, focus on, on what truly matter, and live with intention. I hope this discussion inspire everyone to simplify their life and experience more peace and success. If you find this conversation valuable. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for the more meaningful discussion. See you in the next conversation. Allah Hafiz.